Every single month, millions of hard-working American citizens receive their paycheck, deposit it into their checking account, and watch it vanish within days into bills, groceries, gas, utilities, mortgage payments, insurance premiums, and unexpected family expenses, leaving them wondering where the years went and why building true, lasting financial security feels like chasing an elusive mirage on the horizon. If you are between the ages of 45 and 65, or perhaps navigating your well-earned retirement years, you might feel a quiet, persistent sense of urgency about your financial future, realizing that time is our most precious, non-renewable resource, and that traditional advice to simply work harder is no longer enough to secure the peaceful, abundant life you and your family deserve after decades of dedication and labor. We live in an era of unprecedented economic complexity where inflation, shifting markets, and the rising cost of living make traditional budgeting feel like an uphill battle against gravity. Yet within these very challenges lie extraordinary opportunities for those equipped with timeless principles and practical, disciplined strategies that have stood the test of millennia. Welcome to our time together today, and I am Rabbi David, coming to you with an open heart and a deep desire to share timeless wisdom that bridges ancient sacred principles with the practical realities of modern American finance, because true wealth is not merely about accumulating numbers on a digital screen or hoarding currency for its own sake, but rather about cultivating a vessel of stability, generosity, and profound peace of mind that allows you to fulfill your highest purpose in this world without constant anxiety over tomorrow, knowing that your financial house is firmly built upon a rock of timeless principles and grounded stewardship. Throughout history, the greatest financial thinkers have understood that money is energy, a tool entrusted to our care to nourish our families, strengthen our communities, and create lasting value that reverberates far beyond our own lifetimes and leaves a lasting blessing for generations to come. When we look at our monthly earnings through the lens of timeless spiritual insight, we realize that every single dollar passing through our hands is a sacred trust, a seed of potential waiting to be planted in fertile ground rather than squandered on fleeting impulses or swallowed whole by careless consumption. Which is why the foundational secret of real wealth creation is mastering the art of paying yourself first before the world makes its endless demands on your hard-earned labor. When you receive your income, the very first action you take should be to reserve a portion for your own future freedom, treating your future self with the utmost respect and dignity rather than leaving yourself at the mercy of whatever pennies remain after everyone else has taken their share. This single shift in perspective transforms saving from a painful chore into an empowering act of self-respect and commitment to your own well-being. And for those who are truly serious about accelerating their journey, for a limited time, I am opening the doors to the Torah Millionaire Business School for just $299. This is where I unveil the complete Torah wealth system, the full architecture of ancient wisdom applied to modern financial transformation. You can find the link in the comments below this video in the description, and if you are watching on my YouTube channel, you will also see a QR code on the banner of my channel page. Just open your phone camera, point it at the QR code, and it will take you directly to the school. The doors are closing soon, so do not wait. To understand how this principle functions in your daily life, we must examine the concept of the monthly allocation plan, a disciplined, intentional framework where every dollar is assigned a specific mission the moment it enters your household, ensuring that savings, investments, and charitable giving are prioritized ahead of discretionary spending rather than relying on whatever happens to be left over at the end of the month, because hope is not a financial strategy and good intentions rarely compound into a secure retirement. By mapping out your income with absolute clarity and loving discipline, you take command of your financial destiny instead of letting your finances command you. Every household expense, from your grocery budget to your entertainment spending, should be consciously evaluated against your ultimate goals of freedom, security, and peace. As we examine our daily spending habits, we often discover countless leaks in our financial bucket where hard-earned dollars slip away on convenience, subscriptions, and unexamined lifestyle inflation that adds zero genuine happiness to our existence. True financial freedom is not about deprivation or living a life of misery. Rather, it is about intentional choices that align our spending with our deepest values, ensuring that every dollar spent brings lasting joy and purpose rather than temporary gratification, followed by lingering regret. When we practice mindful consumption, we begin to realize that the most meaningful experiences in life cost very little, while many of the things we buy out of habit or social pressure leave us feeling empty and burdened with clutter. By auditing our recurring expenses and redirecting those funds toward our investment accounts and emergency reserves, we accelerate our journey toward financial independence without sacrificing the quality of our daily lives. Many people in midlife feel overwhelmed because they believe wealth building is reserved exclusively for Wall Street insiders, tech billionaires, or those who inherited a fortune. But nothing could be further from the truth, as the sages of the Talmud teach us in their profound wisdom that a person should always divide their financial resources into three balanced parts: 1/3 in land or real estate, 1/3 in business or productive enterprise, and 1/3 kept liquid in reserve. A brilliant, diversified model of asset allocation that protects you against unforeseen economic storms while allowing your capital to compound steadily over time. This ancient blueprint reminds us that putting all our eggs in one basket is a recipe for vulnerability, whereas spreading our seeds across multiple productive domains creates true stability and resilience. In our modern American context, this three-part model translates beautifully into owning your home or real estate investments, participating in broad, productive businesses through equities and index funds, and maintaining a solid cash reserve for liquidity and peace of mind. When you structure your financial life in alignment with these enduring proportions, you insulate yourself from the shocks of economic downturns and position your family to benefit from the long-term growth of the broader economy. It is a strategy that requires patience, consistency, and a refusal to chase short-term speculative manias that promise everything and deliver nothing. Of course, we must always be completely honest and grounded in our financial claims, recognizing that building wealth involves inherent market risk, requires unwavering patience, demands proper diversification across asset classes, and often necessitates consulting qualified, fiduciary financial professionals who can tailor strategies to your unique personal circumstances, because there are no guaranteed get-rich-quick schemes in a moral universe, and anyone promising overnight riches without risk is misleading you. True financial growth is a marathon of steady habits, careful risk management, and thoughtful stewardship, not a sprint fueled by speculation or emotional trading. Understanding that investments can fluctuate in value reminds us to maintain a long-term perspective and avoid panic when market winds blow against us. Let us talk about the heavy, crushing burden of high-interest debt, which the ancient wisdom compares to a relentless taskmaster that enslaves your future earnings to pay for yesterday's fleeting desires. Whether those are high-interest credit cards, personal loans, or burdensome revolving accounts that silently drain hundreds or thousands of dollars from your monthly cash flow. Money that should instead be working for you in productive investments that generate compounding returns over the decades. When you are bound by high-interest debt, every paycheck you earn is already spent before it even arrives, chaining your potential to the mistakes of the past and robbing your future of its rightful abundance. When you carry high-interest debt, you are swimming against a powerful economic current where the interest working against you outpaces anything you could reasonably earn in conservative investments, which is why creating a structured debt elimination plan is the very first step toward true financial liberation, allowing you to reclaim your monthly income and redirect those funds directly toward your future security and peace of mind. By systematically paying down your highest interest balances first while maintaining minimum payments on the rest, you create an accelerating snowball of financial freedom that frees up your income for true wealth building and eliminates the quiet despair that comes from financial bondage. Alongside eliminating toxic debt, establishing a robust emergency reserve is an absolute non-negotiable pillar of financial wisdom because life is inherently unpredictable and unexpected medical expenses, home repairs, or vehicle breakdowns will inevitably occur, and having 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses safely tucked away in a high-yield savings account ensures that a temporary crisis never forces you into panic, high-interest borrowing, or liquidating your long-term investments at the worst possible market moment. Your emergency fund acts as your financial fortress wall, standing guard between you and the unforeseen tempests of life, giving you the supreme confidence to navigate whatever challenges come your way without fear. Once your foundation is secured through a realistic budget, zero high-interest debt, and a solid emergency fund, you can begin the journey of diversified long-term investing, planting your seeds across broad market index funds, quality equities, income-generating assets, and stable instruments that align with your risk tolerance and your timeline. Keeping in mind that consistency always defeats timing, and steady, disciplined contributions made month after month through market highs and market lows will outperform emotional reactions every single time. Wealth is built quietly and steadily in the background while you live your life, not by checking stock quotes every hour or chasing the latest speculative fad that promises the world and delivers disappointment. For Americans aged 45 to 65 and older, this investment journey is especially critical because these are the peak earning and consolidating years where catch-up contributions and smart asset allocation can dramatically alter the trajectory of your retirement. Whether you are utilizing tax-advantaged accounts or building additional streams of passive income, every dollar you invest today is a silent worker laboring around the clock to secure your future independence and provide you with the freedom to live life on your own terms. As we plan for our later years, we must also consider the vital importance of healthcare planning, estate preparation, and ensuring that our hard-earned assets are protected and passed down smoothly to our loved ones without unnecessary legal burdens. Wisdom dictates that we prepare not only for our own comfort, but also for the well-being of those who follow us, establishing a legacy of care, responsibility, and enduring love. Moreover, we must cultivate the mental fortitude required to stay the course during market downturns, recognizing that fear is the ultimate enemy of long-term financial success. When the headlines scream doom and everyone around you is panicking, your grounded commitment to your allocation plan will keep your vessel steady, ensuring that you do not sell low and buy high, but rather stay anchored to your principles. This brings us to the profound spiritual principle of Hishtadlut, which translates to our human effort, our practical diligence, and our responsibility to take concrete, intelligent action in the physical world, because expecting divine abundance to drop into your lap without putting in the hard work of budgeting, saving, and investing is a misunderstanding of how the universe operates, just as relying solely on our own cleverness without acknowledging the divine source of our blessings is an act of arrogance. We are partners in creation, and our daily financial discipline is the hammer and chisel with which we shape our destiny, ensuring that we honor the gifts we have been given through diligent and purposeful stewardship. True wealth building requires a harmonious dance between Hishtadlut and Bitachon, where Bitachon is absolute trust and reliance on the Creator that your needs will be met, while Hishtadlut is you rolling up your sleeves, opening your spreadsheet, automating your monthly savings contributions, monitoring your expenses, and practicing daily fiscal discipline as if everything depended on your own efforts, while knowing in your heart that the ultimate outcome rests in higher hands. This balance frees us from the paralyzing grip of worry, allowing us to work with diligence while resting in peaceful trust, knowing that we have done our part and that providence will guide the rest. As we navigate our 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, our financial focus naturally shifts from aggressive accumulation to capital preservation, income generation, and legacy planning, ensuring that we do not outlive our money and that we can enjoy the fruits of our lifelong labor with dignity, generosity, and joy, knowing that we have built a fortress of financial independence that protects both ourselves and those we love dearly. This stage of life is not about slowing down your ambition, but about redirecting your wisdom toward creating lasting security, supporting your family, and leaving a legacy of blessing that inspires future generations. Furthermore, we must embrace the art of gratitude for the resources we currently possess, because dissatisfaction is a bottomless pit that consumes every increase in income without ever bringing contentment. When we learn to appreciate what we have while diligently building for tomorrow, we unlock a profound sense of inner peace that transcends our bank balances and fills our daily lives with authentic joy. In addition to cultivating personal gratitude, we must recognize that financial education is a lifelong pursuit that requires continuous learning and adaptation. As tax laws change, economic conditions evolve, and new opportunities arise, keeping our minds sharp and informed ensures that we remain effective stewards of our wealth across every season of life. When we pass on generational wisdom alongside financial assets, we equip our children and grandchildren with the mental models and moral foundation necessary to preserve and multiply what we have built. True generational wealth is not merely about handing over a bank account, but about instilling the values of hard work, charity, and disciplined stewardship that ensure those resources will be a blessing rather than a burden to future generations. As we reflect upon the broader tapestry of our community and society, we realize that financial health directly empowers us to be pillars of strength and support for others. When our own households are secure and functioning in accordance with sound principles, we are uniquely positioned to mentor our neighbors, uplift local institutions, and extend a helping hand to those who are struggling to find their footing in an uncertain economic landscape. Moreover, we must never overlook the transformative power of Maser and Tzedakah, the ancient practice of tithing 10% of our earnings to support those in need, educational institutions, and noble community causes, because giving charity is not merely an obligation of religious duty, but an active spiritual channel that opens the flow of abundance into your own life, reminding you that money is a tool for blessing rather than an idol for worship. When we open our hands to give, we create space for greater blessings to enter our own households, proving that true abundance is experienced most profoundly when it is shared with others. When you give generously and cheerfully, you shatter the scarcity mindset that keeps so many people trapped in fear and anxiety, proving to yourself and to the universe that you believe in an infinite supply of divine grace, and countless individuals discover that when they commit to regular giving, their financial lives paradoxically become more stable, more prosperous, and infinitely more fulfilling than when they held on to every penny with a clenched fist. Generosity is the ultimate antidote to financial fear, aligning our hearts with the natural flow of universal abundance and opening doors we never knew existed. Think about your own life right now and look at the financial choices you have made over the past 10 years, asking yourself honestly whether your current trajectory is leading you toward peaceful abundance or quiet desperation, and recognizing that no matter your age, whether you are 45 or 75, it is never too late to reset your course. Implement a disciplined paycheck allocation plan, eliminate toxic debt, and start building real wealth with purpose and clarity. Your past does not imprison your future unless you allow it to, and every single sunrise offers a fresh opportunity to make wiser choices. You do not need a miraculous inheritance or a lottery win to change your financial destiny. All you need is a commitment to small, consistent, daily habits that compound over time into massive results, because a river is not formed by a sudden flood, but by millions of tiny, persistent drops of water, carving their path through solid rock year after year until nothing can stand in their way. Every small act of saving and budgeting today builds the unshakable foundation of tomorrow, proving that persistence and discipline are far more powerful than luck or sudden circumstance. Let us break down your paycheck right this moment into a practical, repeatable formula that you can apply immediately upon receiving your next deposit. First, set aside your Maser or charitable giving as an act of faith and gratitude. Second, pay yourself by automatically transferring a fixed percentage directly into your investment and retirement accounts. Third, allocate funds for your essential living expenses and emergency reserves. And fourth, assign every remaining dollar a purposeful mission before the month even begins. This systematic approach eliminates emotional decision-making and ensures that your money serves your highest priorities. By following this simple 4-step formula, you remove emotion, impulsivity, and guesswork from your financial life, transforming your monthly paycheck from a source of stress into a powerful engine of long-term prosperity, ensuring that every time money enters your household, it is immediately put to work, building a secure, abundant future for you and your family. Discipline is the bridge between financial dreams and financial reality, and walking across that bridge requires nothing more than commitment and consistency. And remember, if you are ready to take this transformation to the highest possible level, the Torah Millionaire Business School is waiting for you. For a limited time, you can access the complete Torah Wealth System for just $299. This is the exact blueprint I have used to help thousands of people achieve massive financial and spiritual success. The doors are closing soon. Click the link in the comments, find it in the description, or scan the QR code on my channel banner right now. As we conclude our time together today, remember that true wealth is measured not by how much you accumulate, but by how much peace you cultivate, how generously you give, and how well you steward the precious resources entrusted to your care during your journey through this magnificent life. So take a deep breath, review your finances with courage and optimism, step forward with faith and diligent effort, and may you be blessed with enduring prosperity, radiant health, absolute clarity, and boundless peace. Shalom.